Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles, the bishops, the elders, a great millstone. Shalom, mercy, and safety to all of the Akim on the highways and byways, preaching the word in sincerity and in truth, and a healthy shalom to the elect. My name is Rawai, and I'm back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, it is edifying. Okay, wanted to land back off this past week's closing out of camp. As we line up and stand before our beloved apostles, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar. All right, so as we closed out, Apostle Tahar spoke about a couple of things. One of the things that I've been thinking about all week doing a lesson on is the brotherhood. The brotherhood. He mentioned the brotherhood. He mentioned the importance of the brotherhood. He mentioned a couple of things about the brotherhood. Right? He mentioned you don't want to take advantage of the brotherhood. All right, if a brother's in need, you don't want to take advantage of the system that's in place. That selfless, genuine spirit of brotherhood. All right, he brought up, just what it means, just what it's about, and being sure that you don't take advantage of someone when you're in need. All right, especially in this brotherhood, right? So I just wanted to, again, this will be really quick. I just wanted to bring some scriptures out because it's been on my mind, and at the times that we're in now, and the times that we're coming into, the brotherhood is going to be really important, man. Because the brotherhood is important now. It's important now, man. There's beautiful benefits to having brothers who are in the same fight as you, who you joined the fight with, which that would be in my case. All right, who I've joined the fight with these brothers, and just the spirit of brothers, man, who are in the spirit of wanting to be delivered and wanting to please the Lord. Because you meet a man who wants to please the Lord, then more times than not, that brotherhood, those brotherhood qualities that person has, they're gonna show, because we know it's expected of us from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. We know the expectations. Okay? So the brotherhood, man. I know we all come from the world where, we call dudes that we grew up with our brothers, and that's cool. That's cool. But a true brother is really only a brother that is in alignment with you, right? That's walking upright like you, that's striving to please Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that's striving to be delivered. That's really a true brother. All right? You remember the account. Let me try to get this real quick. The account where Yahweh Shai was being told that his family wanted him. All right, let me pull this up real quick, Salakia. And it applies now. Okay, it applies now. Let's see. Let's go to, I think this is in Matthew 12. Salakia, just give me 1 sec. Let me get this real quick. Because it applies now. It truly does. Let's go to Matthew. I think this is it. If not, I'll just try to finish up. I quoted a bit. Yeah, here it goes. I'm going to just read it. Matthew 12 and 46. It says, while he yet talked to the people, behold, his mother and his brethren stood without, desiring to speak with him. All right. So he was talking, Yahushua was talking to the people, and his mother and his brethren weren't present. Right. It says, then one said unto him, behold, thy mother and thy brethren stand without, desiring to speak with thee. So they were trying to speak with Yahushua. Right. Verse 48. But he answered and said unto him that told him, who is my mother and who are my brethren? And he stretched forth his hand towards his disciples and said, behold, my mother and my brethren. Okay. Basically making a gesture to the disciples who are have the same plight as him. Okay. He basically said, this is my mother and my brother, right? This is my family. Verse 50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Okay. So that's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful example of the brotherhood and who are our true brothers and who is our true family, who our true family is. All right. It's the people it's the brothers in his work. The sincere, all right, those who believe in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, those who are striving for salvation. Okay? And to Apostle Tahar's point, these are the people that you are more inclined to share that true brotherhood with. Okay? With, I'll use the word charity because charity comes in all kinds of different ways. All right? Charity is not just about a monetary thing or giving someone something physical or some money or something. The brotherhood goes way deeper than that. But that is a huge part of it, helping a brother out with food, clothing, or shelter, or whatever that is, right? So again, man, I'm just wanted to make the point going into how important the brotherhood is. Let me read this real quick. It says, what is the true meaning of brotherhood? This is from AI Overview. And it says, it says, brotherhood is the affection and loyalty that you feel for people who you have something in common with. Beautifully, beautifully said. Let's read that again, because that's what the scriptures say. It says, brotherhood is the affection and loyalty that you feel for people who you have something in common with. Okay, that's true brotherhood. Let's go back to the account. All right, let me get this. Let's go back to the account of what Yahushua told those who were telling him his mom and family was looking for him, wanted to speak with him. Matthew 12 and 50. It says, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and sister and mother. Okay. It says brotherhood is the affection and loyalty that you feel for people who you have something in common with. Yahushua said in verse 50, Matthew 12 and 50, for whosoever shall do the will of my Father, okay, which is in heaven, the same as my brother and sister and mother. Okay. So this is a beautiful definition, man. Brotherhood is the affection and loyalty that you feel for people who have something in common with you. Yahushua said, these people who have something in common with me, okay, who shall do the will of my Father, that's my family. Okay, and we feel the same way today. We understand that beautifully. We understand that. Okay, we understand that message. All right. Because like I said, we have family members by blood that are relatives, and they're our family nonetheless. But our true family is those who are in this fight with us, man, in this ministry. Okay, and those who are calling on the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, striving day in and day out to please the Lord, and just striving to be delivered, man. All right. So let me get this real quick. Got a couple scriptures, not too much. Not going to make this long. Let's start here. Let's see, let's go over. Yep. Cancel that out. We're going to start in the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 17:17. It says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Okay? A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. Okay? So we're going to come in contact with men, okay, in this ministry, who are going to be there for you through your adversity. And adversity, that thing, it could range, man. It could range from so many different things, man. A brother could be going through something personal, and, you know, there's a brother there that can help you get through it, through your adversities. You could be going through hardships, financial, physical ailments you can get help with from a brother, right? It says, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. That's what we're really here for. We're here to be brothers to each other, all right? And to help each other through our adversities, through our grieving. Yeah, man. And, you know, the spirit is on me, I guess, to express this now. I always kept this to myself. I may have shared it with one or two brothers, but we're talking about, you know, what brothers are for, and how Yahweh Shem Yahshua going to place brothers in your lives. Our beloved brother, Salaki, hold on. Salakia. Our beloved brother and elder Barak Gabar, he you know, just met the brother, the beloved elder bro, and I'm late to the party when it comes to how special this brother was. But the short time that I was able to meet this beautiful brother, he when me and my brother came into the ministry to serve the Lord in the fashion that we do, we lost our brother shortly after. And it was, I mean, we lost him on a Wednesday. We were at camp on Saturday. So it was a very heavy few months for me and my brother. You know, then the service happened, was on a Wednesday, Thursday. We were right back at camp on Saturday. So it was extremely tough, him being our younger brother, right? So, you know, the elder, through the spirit, Elder Barak Gabar, he did a lesson on, you know, when you lose family members. It's still, to this day, one of the most powerful lessons that I've ever heard, ever watched, and resonated to, you know, unbelievable level. It resonated, all right? It's all through the spirit. So he did that lesson. And when I seen him, maybe it was the following week or 2 weeks after, I went up to him, and I told him, what the lesson did for me was something that to this day has helped me cope with losing my younger brother, right? And so, hey, we're talking about the brotherhood, right? We're talking about a brother's born for adversity, and this is what's coming up, man. So I went up to him and I told him, I said, yo, Elder Bro, you know, the water for the lesson you did on, you know, grieving the loss of a loved one, and what it really means, and some of the things that I kind of knew, but I didn't really fully know. And through the spirit, that brother comforted me with that lesson. And I told him, and he reached out and hugged me. And I held on to him, for, it was a hug that I needed. And he smiled, man, that smile. And yeah, man, so it was just something that I always got with me. You know what I'm saying? When I think about my little brother, I think about my interaction with Elder Barack Abar and what he said to me, and just the hug. It was it was necessary, man, and it was something that I needed. And so yeah, man, so I'll read it again. Proverbs 17:17. A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity, man. So in this ministry, man, Yahweh Shemi Shah is going to place men in your life who can comfort you like no other, because a person in the world, they can't comfort you like a brother in the truth could. A sincere brother in his faith. All right. And so again, there's a wide range of examples of of the brotherhood, and how you can be supported and assisted and guided and lifted up, by a brother. That was just an account that just came out through the spirit. I wasn't planning on speaking about that, but that's how the spirit works, man. So the Wadi Yahweh Shemi Shah for the brotherhood. There's other brothers who comforted me and my brother through that loss, and but that moment with Elder Barack Abar in that lesson truly helped me in a way where it's really unexplainable, right? So this is Ecclesiastes 4:9. It says, 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. All right? 2 are better than 1, because they have a good reward for their labor. Verse 10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Right. So we're talking about the brotherhood here, man. It says 2 are better than 1. If you fall, you got another brother that's going to lift you up in one way or another, man. Okay? In one way or another. It says, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth. Imagine being out here going through shit and you ain't got nobody, bro. You ain't got nobody to comfort you, to give you a hug when you need it. Shit, I'm a grown-ass man, bro. I'm a grown man. I got grown kids. All right? But, the embrace of a brother when you going through something, bro, that shit is healing, bro, and it's powerful, man. Especially a sincere brother that you know is with you, and hey, bro, that shit is powerful, bro. Even us grown men, we still seek. When my father was murdered when he was 30 years old, I was a kid, and 30 is fucking young, bro. So I think about, damn, I be still saying in my 40s, like, damn, I fucking wish my pops was here, bro. I be needing my pops to talk to type shit. You know what I'm saying? So, no, not trying to veer too far off, but just going into, as grown men, sometimes you need an embrace from a brother, man, from a sincere brother. And that's the brotherhood, man. That's what this shit is for, bro. It says, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he have not another to help him up. Yeah, you all out here alone. You fuck around, get carnal, you go through some shit. Because you ain't got a brother to lift you up in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is about the body, the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That's what this shit is about, man. All right. Charity, a conversation could help you out of a situation. You know what I'm saying? You know? So the brotherhood is extremely important, man, and you don't take advantage of the brotherhood. Okay? You don't take advantage of the brotherhood, man. Let me get this real quick. The brotherhood is extremely important, and you want to treat it as such. Yahweh Shai takes the brotherhood very, very serious, man. So you want to be a brother. And one thing I always say is, if you are just that way in the world, if you were just raised that way, just solid. Just some people are just solid. It's just what they are. They're not snakes. They just brotherly. Not perfect, but you know, they brothers got that brotherly characteristic. Then in this ministry, it will magnify. Right? It will magnify. And your true essence of who you are will show. You know? If you a fucking nigga in the world, that shit, that demon gonna stick on you until the Lord takes it off of you. Pray for it to get off you. And you can't come into this ministry being a nigga. That shit gonna show. All right? This is Philippians 2:2. It says, fulfill ye my joy, that ye be like-minded, having the same love, being of one accord, of one mind. All right? Hey, one mind, one grind, man. One goal, one focus, one purpose. Okay? Same accord. That's the brotherhood. You ought to be on the same frequency, spiritual frequency as your brothers. You know? You know what you need to do and not do in the spirit. All right, everybody got different personalities. Brothers got different personalities. Brothers are into different things, you know. But regardless of what, you know, we're on one accord. Okay? And we are all seeking and searching and striving and fighting day in and day out for salvation, man. Okay? I'll close out here real quick. This is Romans 12:10. And it reads, let's start with 9. Let love be without dissimulation, and abhor that which is evil. Okay? Cleave to that which is good. Okay? It says, be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. Okay? Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another. Okay? So we ought to be kindly affectionate to one another, man. And that's what Apostle Tahar was going into, you know, briefly at the end of camp. You know, helping a brother out. You know, not taking advantage of the brother who helps you out. You know, making sure you do right by that brother. And be balanced, man. Be balanced. The brotherhood is important. It's very necessary in the times that we're in now. We see how beneficial it is to have like-minded brothers around you now, to get you through, to guide you through, to help you when you need it, give you a hug when you need it. Cause I ain't too tough. I ain't too tough for that shit. And I you know, I consider I'm a man's man, bro. Like we all are. But I ain't too tough to hug a brother or to receive a hug, especially when you're going through some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? It's something that we all truly need, man. All right, so hey, the brotherhood, man. The brotherhood is on full display where we at. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep brother. Scriptures say, let brotherly love continue, and we're gonna continue to do that through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So that's all I got, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakak Wadash. If you get anything from this lesson, please know and understand the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. The name of his only begotten son is Yahweh Shai. Those are the names we are calling on now. And those are the names we are to call on in that dreadful day that's approaching. That's approaching. We can see it. We can smell it. Shalom.